What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the Packer Man here with a May update. Um, a couple things that are going to be happening. A couple of updates that I kind of wanted to talk about. First of all, NASCAR. They are going to try to get back started again in 2 weeks' time on May the 17th at Darlington. Apparently, they're going to run back-to-back races at Darlington and then back-to-back races at Charlotte. So, in an unprecedented kind of thing, it looks like Darlington is going to be the first track, as far as I know, in series history that are going to have 3 dates because they're keeping their Southern 500 date. This is basically because, there's still certain states that, are under pretty strict stay-at-home orders, which we'll get to in a minute. But, yeah, NASCAR's going to try to get back going, and they're going to try out what we've been clamoring for, and we thought we weren't going to actually see until next year. But due to the unprecedented circumstances, we're going to get to see it this year, and that's midweek racing. They're going to hold races on Wednesdays after the 17th. I think it's going to be like the next 4 Wednesdays after that. They're going to be holding NASCAR Cup races, which is cool on the one hand, but on the other hand, holding Cup races on Wednesday means that I'm going to be doing double duty for the next month or so, because as you all know, I also do All Elite Review, which I review All Elite Wrestling's Wednesday Night Dynamite. So I guess I'll just have to start DVRing Wednesday Night Dynamite for the time being. Well, at least I don't have to do it for the next couple weeks. Just when NASCAR starts up and they do the Wednesday night shit. I'm still fine with it though, because that means that the fuel is finally going to be returning after a bit of a hiatus. Bit of an unexpected hiatus, but at the very least, we're going to get the fuel going again. Once again, I'm trying to do some filler content for Mondays last little bit. Yeah, that is some good news though, because I tell you what, Sundays have been kind of boring, to be honest. I mean, granted, it's allowed me to get some more videos done for Green and Gold Games, but on the other hand, I would like to start watching some racing again, because it is a bit boring at times. So that's some good news. At least the fuel is returning. But there have been some things that kind of pissed me off. For one thing, it's now been mandated here in Ohio that we have to wear face masks at work now. It's now mandatory, which I'm not particularly happy about, because, I mean, the prospect of having to wear one of them damn things for an 8-hour day is not exactly appealing. And on the other hand, there's this Facebook update from the South High Flea Market. So yeah, this is going towards Flea Market Hunter. Apparently, give me a second here. I'll scroll down to it. They said it's finally here, reopening time, and this was on May the 1st. Drive-ins have been given an exception in the most recent order from the governor's office to open, because it's a drive-in movie theater. So it's like, yay, cool. And then in all capital letters in parentheses, this is theater only, no flea market as of yet. So I saw the beginning of this, and I got rock hard diamond dick. And I was like, oh my god, yes. And then I saw the rest of it. It said, this is theater only, no flea market as of yet. And I went from erect to flaccid in like a nanosecond. And apparently, the stay-at-home order has been extended through May, of course. But I guess the governor is enacting like a phase one of a reopening of Ohio, which means that certain businesses can reopen on May the 4th, and then eventually there's some that can open on May the 12th. But apparently Rogers and Hartville, which are two of the largest flea markets in the state, they're reopening on the 15th, I believe. So, I don't know if the South High Drive-In will be reopening. I mean, it's an open-air market, you know what I mean? So, I really don't understand. I mean, if these flea markets are reopening, then I don't see why the South High Flea Market can't reopen either. But if the flea market remains, I mean, if it opens around that time, then the June debut date for Flea Market Hunter will stay in place. If it stays closed through the month of May, then it'll be moved back. Then the season debut will be moved back to July. But that's as far back as I can go. If the flea markets don't open in June, then I'm just going to have to scrap Flea Market Hunter for 2020 altogether. And any footage that I get for this year will be saved for next year. Which I don't want to do, because I've been looking forward to doing some Flea Market Hunter episodes and shit like that. But this whole coronavirus bullshit, it's just throwing a monkey wrench into everything. And I'll just be so glad when we get back to some sense of normalcy at some point. Anywho, that's a little update video on what's going on here in the month of May. The return of the fuel midway through the month, and if all goes according to plan, I'll finally get to do some Flea Market Hunter videos. But All Elite Review and Green Gold Games, of course, have been continuing as normal. So there's that, at the very least. But as you may have noticed, last week was the last episode for Zelda 2. The next LP that's going to be coming up, starting tomorrow, as I'm recording this, is going to be Dead Space. That's going to be my new main LP. The thing is, I'm not done recording it yet, but I did get some episodes edited, so I'm good on that front. So, but I really need to ramp up production of that. So, that's it for this May update video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you'll continue watching the channel. Till then, take it easy.